And secondly, and I'm going to applaud Scott Greenstein on this, starting this Friday, May 1st, we're launching new artist-dedicated music channels with some of the best artists in the world. And you got to hear this. This is the greatest. Yesterday, after the show, I had so much fun. I got alerted that we had somehow made a deal with the Prince estate, and there's going to be a Prince channel.
Oh, wonderful.
Like, yeah. But, well, there's going to be a David Bowie channel, Fleetwood Mac channel, Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, George Strait, the Eagles, and Prince.
Jeez.
Just to name a few. And when you say, oh, what does that mean, a channel? This is where the artists get involved. There are specials. There are concerts. It's amazing because the artists get off on really having their own radio channel.
Yeah, but who will represent Prince? Who will be?
Well, whoever's representing Prince did us a solid because this is a fascinating story. I understand that Scott Greenstein, when Prince was alive, was after Prince to have a radio channel. And he did everything he could. He was badgering Prince. Like, Prince, you got to do this, you got to do this. He finally got a meeting with Prince. And I don't know what went down. It was a short meeting. Prince, wanted no bullshit. He was a busy guy. And they met, and they started to talk about this. And Prince became very enchanted with the idea of his own SiriusXM radio channel.
Oh.
And he became, this guy was an obsessive genius. He didn't do anything half-assed. It wasn't like when they gave Oprah $50 million and she just put her friends on. Prince said, let me think, Scott even said, why don't you put together some sort of demo or something to see what this thing would sound like? So Prince goes off and creates a 3-hour version of his radio show.
Oh, really?
Yes. And Prince did this and I had heard rumors of this. I didn't know, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but, I forgot about it. But now with this channel, so they go, part of the Prince thing is like they have music that Prince did from his bedroom that he never released. And there's Prince, concerts that are going to be on there and Prince. And also this 3-hour radio show that Prince did. And I became very fascinated because I consider Prince the greatest and a genius. And I really wanted to hear this Prince radio show. What could Prince do? And it is the trippiest fucking thing. I got a copy of it. I put it on to hear it because I wanted to talk about it. So I just put it on, this 3-hour radio show. And suddenly, I felt like I was in Prince's head. And it's weird. It's just his choices of music. Not only his own music, but other artists that he likes.
Uh-huh.
He's not the DJ. He has this woman who used to be a DJ at his house. Like, he didn't have a shusher, but he had a woman at his house being a DJ, DJ Rashida. And she is the DJ. And then this guy calls in Ezekiel, which they think is Prince. I think it's Prince. Some people say it's it's weird. It's just trippy because suddenly I felt like Prince, maybe he was smoking. It was like, remember when you'd smoke weed and you didn't know what the fuck was going on? I felt like I was high listening to this thing. Like, it was just one continuous, like, song into this DJ Rashida, into this Ezekiel guy, and I felt like, I haven't felt like getting high, stoned on weed for years. And all of a sudden I'm listening to this thing last night. I go, boy, this would be trippy if I was on weed. And I don't advocate weed. I do not like getting high. But I felt like I was high or something. Like I was I felt like, I don't know. It was really good. I loved it. If you're a Prince fan, you'll love it.
Well, they say the president used to call reporters and PR people and pretend he wasn't Donald Trump.
Yeah, because you know how Prince was, like, not chatty?
Yeah.
But this Ezekiel dude, he doesn't shut the fuck up.
Well, so that's what I was thinking to myself when you first said Prince did a radio show. I was like, but Prince didn't talk.
But I'll be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck Ezekiel's talking about, but it didn't matter.
Well, that would make sense.
I thought the whole thing, like, I'm going to play you the beginning of this thing. The Prince estate has given me permission to do this. Just listen to the way it started. First of all, he was a production freak. Like, he wouldn't just wing it. He did a radio show. It was like almost like you were listening to the soundtrack of a film. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but I almost felt like when I was listening to the Batman soundtrack, like his concept of a radio show was just this one continuous thing. And like, it starts out big. It's like, hit that thing if you can, guys.
Hello, world. Someone once said, to love and to be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. This is Rashida, and I will be your DJ. Welcome to 3121 on Sirius Satellite Radio. It's by no coincidence that you're here, neither past nor present. Life is the moment we are living right now. Are you ready?
I'm fucking
3121.
3121, I think was the
What
name
is
of the
3121?
That was the name of his album. And then she says that, and I'm sitting there going, wait a second. I can feel the sun from both sides. What the fuck is that? Now, and then all of a sudden, I felt like I was back in high school and I was high. It was like, people of Earth, how are you? And then this music comes on, and this must have been 31. I think it's 3121, but it's Prince, and it's so good. I was dancing. Now, you've seen that. Thank God that didn't walk in on it.
Yeah, I hope you were listening to this in a locked room.
I don't know. All I know is after about a half hour, I drew the Prince symbol on my wall in my own feces. It was wild.
Turn it up.
Oh.
Yeah, and you just sit there and like I started painting during this, and like for about an hour or two, I listened to this thing and it was fucking trippy. It was really good.
I'd like to see the painting. Did it affect the painting?
Yeah, I did it in my own blood. You should see. But anyway, every channel is going to feature the best music, the biggest hits, rare recordings from Bowie, Fleetwood Mac, Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, the Eagles, Prince, so the app is free. You know, freedom for the people. And
Howard?
There you go. Yes.
Big announcement. This just in. We just added the Rolling Stones channel.
Wow.
Wow.
So what that means is it's not like on the streaming services where they go, hey, there's a Rolling Stones channel. They play Rolling Stones music. The Stones will be involved with this thing.
Yeah.
Give it a plug. But I happened to tune in. Because she was sleeping, I started watching the Prince special that aired on CBS television. It was a tribute to Prince. And usually those tributes kind of suck, but there were a couple of people who were really good.
That's not true. I've seen some great tributes.
Like who? Yeah,
the
exactly.
Stevie Wonder tribute was great. The Beatles tribute was great.
I didn't like that.
Oh,
but I probably didn't see it. But I was laying in bed. I was actually enjoying some of the performances. There's a woman named Her, H-E-R, Her.
Yes, I know her.
You know her?
Yeah,
you know her.
I know her.
Yeah, her name is annoying as fuck. I mean, Her. But boy, is she talented. She did a couple of Prince songs.
Oh my God, she plays guitar and has a beautiful voice.
Yeah, really good. You know, she was really singing and really playing. I mean, it wasn't some bullshit. You know.
Right, she's not just holding that guitar.
Yeah. And then Usher came out and did a montage of Prince songs.
Really?
And that motherfucker can dance and sing at the same time. I mean, unbelievable. And he had that FKA Twigs ballerina-ring around and dancing on a pole, doing pole dancing.
Does she ever do anything else?
I don't know, but boy, she is something. I like her. Usually pole dancing turns me off, but, you know, I'd be the first to admit I go to strip club. I think pole dancing just makes me leave. It's not even sexy. Boy, she looked good. But, and her name annoys me. FKA Twigs. FKA
There's a lot of annoying
Twigs.
names out there.
I have money. I might actually pay her to change her name so it won't annoy me anymore. I wonder if that can happen. And then I forgot Prince wrote Manic Monday.
Yes, for what were those? The Bangles?
The Bangles. And one of the Bangles came out. And she sang with Chris Martin of Coldplay, and it was very good. Very good. And Prince was such a fucking genius. Like, if I wrote Manic Monday, I'd want my name on there. I'd want the name Prince. He wrote it under an assumed name. He called himself Christopher. I didn't know this. I was watching the special. Like, why would he do that? Like, wouldn't you want everyone to know you wrote Manic Monday?
No, because he knew he had a lot of talent, and he could do other things under his name, and then he'd do this and just see if people would appreciate it, not knowing it was him.
And I'll tell you what, they made this point on the special. They introduced Morris Day and the Time, if you remember that from the Purple Rain movie. Well, they go, and now, perhaps Prince's greatest creation, Morris Day and the Time. And I thought, that's a strange introduction, because I'm sure Morris Day is like, hey, fuck you, you know. I mean, what do you mean, Prince's greatest creation? But he didn't seem to mind that he was introduced that way. And that guy got out. He was a powerhouse in this special. He got up and is dancing, singing. He did 3 different songs, and he started fixing his hair in the mirror. You know how he does
right.
Like
he used to do that all the time. Yes.
Still does it. Even though his hair doesn't need fixing. And what a fucking performance. I hope you can get a hold of this thing. I'm sure you can get it on the internet. The Prince, CBS tribute to Prince. The Grammys tribute to Prince, it's called. Or something like that.
Yeah, because usually the Grammys puts those things together.
But I was watching this and I'm saying to myself, you know, what the hell is going to happen, a live performance? Because in concert, where you drive a car to it. But what is the story with Morris Day and the Time? I mean, in other words, when they say that was
how can they make money? They have to tour, right?
No, but I mean, when they say that was Prince's greatest creation, did Prince write all the music for Morris Day and the Time? Oh, he did?
Yes.
You know that for a fact, or are you making that up?
I know that for a fact.
Because sometimes you just go yes, and then we find out you don't know.
As I recall, he wrote all that music.
Really? So Prince created Morris Day and the Time.
Yes. Boy,
is that guy a great entertainer, though, Morris Day. I mean, he should do the Super Bowl. That's how good he is. Forget J-Lo and Shakira with that nonsense. Morris Day and the Time. But anyway, so you got to check out, I'm telling you, Prince was on CBS.
The
Grammys tribute to Prince.
Yeah.
And the Foo Fighters did Darling Nikki. It was fantastic. I mean, the performance, Sheila E., what a drummer. I mean, the only thing I would have done is I would have had Adam Levine on that singing Purple Rain like he did on my birthday show. They had Mavis Staples.
Prince created the Time, Morris Day and the Time in 1981.
Wow. They had Mavis, I think her name is Mavis Staples. She was Grandma Staples or whatever her fucking name is, but
she worked with Prince.
Yeah, she loved him, and she did a fine job with Purple Rain, but I love when Adam Levine does it. Oh, Prince wrote Jungle Love by Morris Day and the Time under the pseudonym Jamie Starr.
Yeah. He was almost like a member of the Time, and he wrote all the music.
Morris Day played drums in Prince's high school band, Grand Central. Oh, so that's how that happened. Ah, got it. Hey, Gary, what up? Did you watch that special?
I didn't, but I'm going to. It sounds amazing.
It is
amazing.
But
I'm reading that Prince had a clause in his contract that he could put together any band he wanted and release it, on the label that he was with. So they said he found a band, and then he found Morris Day, put them all together, and he did write almost all the music.
But you got to watch this, Gary. You will enjoy this special.
Well, I met Morris Day on our last trip to L.A.
Oh, did you?
Jimmy Jam has a show on Sirius, and Sirius had a party, and Morris Day was there, and I was like, I always loved that band, and seemed like a pretty cool guy.
Jimmy Jam was there playing with Morris Day.
Yeah, Jimmy Jam's he's got a show on Sirius, but he's a huge fan of yours, Howard.
How generous was Prince to give Morris Day all these songs and write them under a pseudonym? And another thing I didn't understand watching this special, why was Prince always at odds with his record company? They say Prince, as you know, at one point got into a war with the record company because he wanted total creative freedom. What fucking creative freedom didn't Prince have? I think he lost his mind for a while because
I don't know what that dispute was all about. I don't know what he wanted to do that they didn't want him to do.
Yeah.